All right, what's up, Pride Crew? What's up, Rebels? Here with Technique Tuesday at Pride Conditioning with the man, Alan, the ginger bearded beast. Gonna go over bench setup. Ready?
Oh yeah, wait till we love you forevermore. Oh yeah.
All right, so my basic setup, feet. A lot of people try to put their feet underneath them. I like to keep mine a little bit out wide so I have a little bit more of a steady base. Driving my hips into the bench to give myself a nice tight platform when I go to set up. Try to elevate the middle part of my chest, getting it up, giving a lot more lat activation. When I unrack, my lats are already engaged, shoulders are set, nice deep breath, tighten my core, down slow, trying to repeat the same rep every single time. Slow down, load the tension, explode up. Keeping everything nice and controlled, trying to stimulate every part from my lats to my chest to my triceps, all the way to a finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the question is foot placement. So we normally teach people, I bench, yes. So I bench with my feet behind my knees. Why do you bench flat foot with your feet to the front?
I believe you have a lot more stability here. I think core has quite a bit to do with keeping everything nice and steady on your descent. So I believe with my feet underneath me, I'm gonna have to challenge myself with my legs to give myself a more stable base under heavier loads.
Gotcha.
So here, everything's nice and tight and driving out. I actually have my glutes activated. So that way my hips stay planted to the bench. Versus here, if I go to extend and I get in a tight place, I typically would like to drive with my quads up, which is gonna lift my butt off the bench.
That's exactly what I wanted to get to, is your arch. So how much arch do we give, and does your leg push affect your arch?
Yes, I believe it can. That's really just what people feel comfortable with. I believe simply just getting the rib cage up instead of just having this huge arc all the way from your hips is a lot more beneficial for lat activation. You're just simply trying to do an extension and try to create or decrease the range of motion that you have to travel through.
Gotcha.
Like for me, it literally is when I'm locked in at my hips, I shouldn't have any movement. My drive with my legs should be back, not up. And so when I'm able to get that extension here with my rib cage, my traps have to be planted on the bench to keep me from sliding back. Versus putting all that pressure on my neck if I were to get even higher on my arch.
Gotcha. Cool. Simple.
Yep.
All questions answered.
Fucus.
Why are you trying to make me laugh?
All right. Bench setup. How do you set up for bench?
So I just changed it to doing like a full-on scorpion kind of setup. So I used to just kind of like slide under the bar up onto my neck and then place my traps. So I've been changing bench setup just based off of some old bad habits. Mainly I did have my feet tucked, and now they're out in front of me a little bit more, and I'm in my lifters, which gives me a little bit more heel to push through, just because I am short, and focus on pushing through my toes instead of through my heels or the ball of my foot, because when they're tucked, my hips would pop up, and that's just not a very good habit, and no lift. And then just setting up the way I'm setting up now helps me get up on my traps more, which gives me a little bit more stable base, and generally just kind of feels better with my old lady shoulder issues. So.
All right, cool. Let's see a setup. Video. It's already
back.
on. It's already on. So.
Do you need to be in it?
Yes. Do I? Do I?
I'm just gonna
Yes.
get your shirt.
So I had to stand on the bench.
Yes. So now we're gonna have Lindsay talk about her old setup and why she changed it. So why?
it just was not efficient. So like I said, I had my toes tucked, so when I would try to drive my legs, quads shut up, butt shut up, and also just having a hard time keeping the lats nice and tight, which if they're not tight, your lift kind of goes to shit. So it would just be, I can't even remember how the hell I did it.
We kind of need that. Notice the feet.
This feels like garbage now. So, I mean, like I can already tell that I have a huge amount of pressure on the front of my hips as opposed to here where I can actually drive through my legs. Here, just the hip strain alone makes my hips want to cramp, which would kind of make me pop up. So, change.
So now redo your setup for correct, the way you do it now. And explain shoulder blades.
Yep, shoulder blades. I'm also getting up a little bit higher on my traps as opposed to trying to place everything using my neck and my head. My feet come up just so I can get a little bit tighter arch. And then once my feet come down, I try to get them as close to position as possible. And then also try to get a good position with my glutes and hips as well.
Good.
Yep,
One rep.
I guess.
3, 2, 1.